Now,
Beautiful people, welcome to episode 169 of the Ignite Your Purpose show. Today, it is National Vegan Day, National Organic Day, National Eat Friggin' Good Food Day, in my opinion. Mr. Johnny B, tell us who we are, what we do, and say hello to everybody.
welcome to the vegans, the vegetarians, the non-vegans, the paleos, the fruitos, the aeros,
Weirdos.
the weirdos. Max and I, we are Ignite Your Purpose. We talk longevity through a healthy lifestyle, a mix of the mental, some spiritual, and some physical knowledge. I said that in the wrong order. Mental, physical, spiritual knowledge, mind,
Still works.
soul, trifecta, always, ladies and gentlemen, negative to positive. So, Maximus, you named it, you talk about it.
Beautiful people, today is International or National Vegan Day. I think the one thing John and I will agree with is we're not really a fan of the vegan box. However, we are super fans of the plant-based food lifestyle. But on that note, it is Vegan Day, and we kind of wanted to talk about how introducing, let's just say, introducing a poop ton more of veggies into our diet has helped us both. We've gone from negative to positive in so many ways, and diet is a major. This morning, for those of you around the world who did partake in Halloween last night, a question at the gym today was, how much candy did you eat? And da 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 da. And my response was, my body is a temple. I will not put that garbage into my system. And everybody laughed at me. But this is how I think, people. So John and I are going to kind of talk to you about, what we've changed, what we've done. Another report out today from a university in John's neck of the woods overseas. Well, they talk with a bit of an accent, mate.
What are you talking about? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's just noise.
There was a study done, which I don't even know why they have to do these studies, John, but there was a study. They probably spent tons of taxpayers' money. And the study was, hey, guess what? If you eat organic food, which is actually real food that was not sprayed and all this jazz, you are less likely to get disease. You are more likely to live longer. Why they had to do that study, I don't know. I think that just makes sense. And it's normal because X amount of years ago, there was no such thing as organic. It was just real food, right, John?
Does not take the brains of an archbishop to let us know that if we eat organic food and produce, it is better than foods and produce sprayed in any number of different chemicals and products. And back in the day, we all used to just eat organic because we didn't have this word organic. It was just food. So thanks for that, Mr. UK taxpayer, for your mind-blowing study. But some people do not know this. I would say
very true.
Veggies, nuts and seeds and beans and legumes, and reduce your chemicals. Let's not eat things with labels. Eat some meat, eat some fish, chicken and dairy. Get some super high quality stuff. Wild, if you hunt it yourself. That's the compressed version of what we do. Be kind to your body, be kind to your mind, drink lots of water, get the sleep. That's it. That's all I've got to say. I'm joking. Max, you can say something. And I'll do my video.
I wanted to get into, I wanted to get in just a little bit, for the listeners who are, thinking about it. John and I don't stand for anything except for this longevity. So whatever your body deems, and there is no dispute on any side of any argument that more fruit and veggies is not amazing for us. So again, source them out, please. But just by adding that, John, I know you've cut back on so many things, so have I. I spoke to John earlier. I said there are times when it gets massively cold here where I will dive into, I don't eat any red meats, but I will dive in maybe some chicken or some fish, and I source that stuff from the absolute cleanest to the best of my knowledge places where I can before I put it into my temple. And having said that, I wanted to just kind of get into the listeners that are possibly thinking, hey, what are they talking about? How it's helped you, John, how it's helped me by simply, putting in the juices that take 3 to 5 minutes in the morning by putting in an extra couple things of broccoli or raw whatever when we eat our salads. How's it affected you? I know it's been amazing for me. So
yeah, I mean, ultimately, to begin with, it's about adding this stuff rather than reducing and removing and withdrawing and feeling like you can't and you shan't. And I just miss so much. We just add in fruits and vegetables, juices if you can make them yourselves, or smoothies if you make them yourselves with your fresh product got from the local market, or organic if you can. But if not, just use the normal produce. And if you need to buy it from a shop, get it from a shop. It's still, let's use the phrase from now on, compared to what? So is an organic, fresh, cold pressed juice made at home better than a juice made in a factory and sold in a supermarket? Yes. Is a juice made in a factory, sold in a supermarket, better than a can of Coke? Yes. Is a can of Coke better than a can of petrol? You could argue, yes.
I was going to say, that's an argument we could probably
So whenever we're going to be choosing foods that may or may not be the best choice, just always think compared to what? Look at, my body is made out of this product. So I just want to touch on, I think we're all at the moment on a bit of a vegan journey, just the same as we're on this CBD journey. The what they call cannabis plants is the next thing that's going to save us. But we're all on vegan. Vegan is the massive growth area. Every restaurant you go into now, it's got a vegetarian and a vegan. And just like being gluten-free doesn't mean you're eating healthy, because there's just a list of ingredients like this. It doesn't mean because you're being vegan, you're healthy, or you're a vegetarian, you're being healthy. A, you need to eat vegetables if you're a vegetarian. Jane, I won't mention any more than that. We were in America last year, and we ate vegan food, but it was all junk food and not necessarily the best choices, but we were limited. So if you are going to jump on the vegan journey or the whole food plant-based journey, whatever it is, let's just use a bit of the logic to go from there. The difference between vegan and vegetarian, I think, vegan and whole food plant-based, I think a vegan describes what you don't eat. So a vegan doesn't eat dairy, doesn't eat meat, doesn't eat fish, doesn't eat poultry. I think that's about it. And they don't wear animal products. Great cause, hats off to you. You believe in it, keep going, guys. And I support you for the animal welfare and the conditions of all of these sentient beings. Now, a whole food plant-based person, I think, explains very clearly what we do eat. We eat fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and beans and legumes, very little processed food or minimally processed food. But at no point does it say we don't eat meat, we don't eat chicken, and we don't eat dairy. It doesn't say it. It says limited amounts of those and source as well as you can. So if you can go out and shoot the deer or whatever it is with a bow and arrow, slaughter it, hang it, gut it, that's the best stuff you can do, because that animal's out there living in nature, roaming, scavenging, eating the berries and the leaves and bits and bobs. If you get a piece of meat from, let's say, McDonald's, that thing, they've thrown a cow that's factory farmed in one end of a mincer machine. It comes out the other end as a pink sludge, and that's your.
You're killing me.
And if you like it, if you enjoy it, that's great. But your body is being built out of pink sludge. Do you know what? I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to let Max talk some stuff. But let's celebrate the good things. In fact, we could talk about the health of people and what we have and have not lived on, but we'll come back to that in a bit.
Truth. For myself personally, John, and I get asked this all the time, you know, how is it that as you age, you still look good, you still move like this, you can still lift like that, and I base it on what I put in my body. Again, it's the trifecta, right, John? We know the body is just one part of it, it's the mind, body, soul, but what we fuel ourselves with matters so much. So if you were thinking about going on this journey, again, it's like anything else. You're not just going to walk into the gym and be Arnold Schwarzenegger tomorrow. So don't think that if you're eating however you're eating now, and we're not judging you by any means, but if you're not eating great, Just start implementing baby steps. And in 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months, you will see the difference. And I can tell you, I know John can tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
It is night and day. You can't go back once you take this pill because you just feel too good. And then tomorrow you feel even better. And then the next day, even better. Don't get me twisted. We're human. There's little sinuses and colds that happen. We're human. But my good gosh, I could not go back to, and I still remember when I thought, you know, the way I used to eat was good way back when on tour and all that. And I just can't imagine what that even feels like anymore. So you got to test it. You got to try it, people.
You could offer me £50 million today and I would say no. If I had to go back to feeling how I used to feel, I'd just say no, not interested. Now, we talk about when we try and change our diet, and we're going to probably do a few more episodes on how to implement steps a little bit at a time, because when we try and change too much, it gets complicated and we go, fuck it. But these small things. But just in relation to, we can still put all of this incredible food into our body, these nutritiously dense foods that makes all the connections between the 50 billion cells or so that we've got in our body. But on those days where we do choose to have a croissant or a bagel or whatever it might be, that's your poison. If we then start to beat ourselves up for making that choice, then we just create a stressful environment within us, which creates inflammation and the toxicity still, and that therefore allows us not to process that food as good as possible. So we still don't get all the benefits of it. But if on those days when you go, do you know what, I went out, I had a burger, I had a steak, I had ice cream, whatever it is, I really enjoyed it, it's what I needed, I've not had it for 3 or 4 months, then embrace it and then just get back on the horse the next day and to work forward. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Having sushi 3 times a year is not going to kill you. And once you get to the level of being so cognitively on it, and your vitality, your energy, and your strength, and to be able to do all of these things without 4,000 grams of protein every day, your body can deal with it and it can process this toxicity. We've not overloaded the liver and the kidneys and the digestive system and the blood and all the rest of it. So
I stone cold 100% agree with you, John. A lot of people talk about the 80-20 rule. A lot of people talk about, you know, when in Rome. I agree with that 100%. You know, don't beat yourself up. You know, if you're just starting, man, once a week, implement something healthy. It's a starting point. And as you go along, if, you know, you do want to eat out fast food, like I hang out with so many people that still use a microwave, and, you know, they go to, I don't want to name the names, but they go to the fast food joints and they eat them right in front of me. And hey, man, they're on their journey. They're doing them and they love it. And because they only do that once in a while, John is 100% correct. I'm sure their body can get rid of it.
Yeah, sure.
I still think. Go ahead.
Yes and no. So I'm going to throw a fucking spanner in the works now. It all depends on if you're happy. If you're not taking medicine and you're just happy, that's fine. Do what you want. But if you're bitching and you're moaning that you've got no energy and you've got no clarity and sharp, and also depending on where. So if we've got over here the super uber healthy, and we've got over here the super unhealthy, you've got more flexibility when you're at the healthy end. Do you know what? The rock has to cheat every now and again, but the rock's put in the work. Now, if you're at the other end of the scale and you're on your medicines and you're tired and you don't feel great, I think, you know what, just stick with it and be that little bit stronger one day at a time until you gradually progress back at least to the middle, and then start to reward yourself and say, well, reward is a bit of a dodgy word, because when you start chucking this stuff in, it might be a reward mentally, but it's not a reward for the body. But just think about, if I'm here, I can't get out of bed in the morning without help, I can't put my own shoes on, I'm on 50 medicines a day, you've got to be full on and maybe take an extreme version of implementing diets and things, because open heart surgery is quite extreme, having diabetes is quite extreme, jabbing yourself with a needle is quite extreme. But the further you get up, step by step by step by step, and in days and weeks you can feel the difference. Then you can start reintroducing things within moderation. And that's another word I hate, but I'm not going to get into it. But there you go. I've rambled enough. So hi to all the vegans, hi to all the non-vegans. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to shut up now. Let Max chat for a bit.
I couldn't agree with you more. I'll leave on this, two things. When I first started my journey, my teacher said to me this. He said, son, well, he didn't say son, but he basically said, it takes hard work to die healthy. So that is part of life. And you got to think, if you've been into old folks home, if you see your grandparents, you see the people who are in their later years in life who are not healthy, who are on the whatever, taking all the pills, got the fat ankles, dude, and think of what they're putting in their body, and the body is still going. Dude, this thing is amazing. So treat it well, and it will do wonders for you. Eat more plant-based foods. Eat more fruits. You won't regret that. There is no scientific data out there that says don't, because there's nothing but positive effects from it. So go hard, people. I hope we helped you a little bit on your journey. And from me to you, thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow. John, let them know.
Yeah, well, thank you. One final thing. It is my 45th birthday in the so if you can hit us up, wish me happy birthday. That would be amazing.
I guess
still getting up a half past 5 to go for a swim, but just another day
in paradise.
Okay, thanks. We'll all speak to you tomorrow. Have a great day wherever you are, and be cool. Be cool. Bye.